Hey guys, how's it going? Sorry, I was applying to Twinkle. How's everybody doing? How's everybody's Wednesday? How's my coding family doing? I missed you guys. We had a fun live last night on YouTube. If you haven't seen it yet, it is on YouTube, ready to replay for anybody that wants to watch it. Can you guys see the exam question that I have just below here? It starts out with the 17-year-old female presents to the family physicians. Can you guys see it? And can you guys hear me? This young lady has some nausea, vomiting, and weight gain. If we were going to do a urine UHC or HCG and a confirmatory blood work for her HCG, which two CPT codes would we code? We've got two answers with 05 and two answers with 25. If we look at those two CPT codes, see what our differences are, then we can eliminate two answers right away by getting rid of one set of codes that are of a test that we did not do. Yay. Hey Peachy. Hey Abe. Thanks so much for replying, guys. Hey Nikki, thanks for the follow. Good to see you. You can use the 2023 CPT book or the 2024. What is our differences between those codes? Our 81005 is what? It's a urinalysis, and our 81025 is also starts out with the word urine, but it's not a urine analysis. It's a urine pregnancy test. So we can look through our question quickly and we can get rid of probably A and B because we did not do a urine analysis. We did a urine pregnancy. So that gets us down to just C and D as possible answers. Then we just need to look up our differences between the 84704 and the 02. So 847, most of the exam is just really being able to go from one number to another number super fast. So this is an HCG, and our 04 is also underneath the HCG because it's a child code. This one's free beta chain, and the other one is quantitative. Which one do you think we would have used for this one? Did we do a free beta chain, qualitative, quantitative? What did we do for this one? Anybody want to take a guess? What you think the answer is? do have O4 and the O2 right there for you. That one is the O2, this one is the O4. D. All right. Good job. Perfect answer. Absolutely. Let me get this moved over here so you guys can see the rationale. That's perfect. Let's work on our next question. This one's about a fine needle aspiration. So, are we going to be in the 10021 area, or are we going to be here in the 10005? We can go look at our differences between those codes before you read even one word of any of the question. Be sure to just look at the differences between the headers of your codes. Does anybody know where even the code 10021 is? Because it's often one that people can't even find because it's out of numerical sequence. Do you know where those codes are at? Do not white out your book like I have. I did that for photographic reasons, but you guys can't do that for your exam. But hey, you passed your exam, Crystal? Back in November. Aw, I'm so proud of you. Thanks for letting me know. That's awesome. I hope something I said in all my free lessons or any of my notes may have helped you pass. Did you get a raise at your job or get to be able to transition into a coder position? What have you done with your certification? Are you planning on taking another certification? Ah, great. That's awesome. Thanks so much for sharing and tapping the screen. That helps everybody know that I'm out here and live so everybody else can hop on. I hope your life is a whole lot better just because you found me on TikTok. And I helped you pass and you got into the medical field and now you're making more money and life is good. I'm so glad you stopped by to say hi. If you want another certificate, I just recently passed the CPMA and it's not bad, but I love auditing, so it's right up my alley too. So total newbie in the medical field, awesome. The every October through March and April, every single one of the patient's charts have to be audited, no matter whether they have commercial or Medicare patient charts. Payer info doesn't matter. So be sure and look at HEDIS. What's another word I'm trying to think of? Look for jobs too that you guys can do in the HEDIS field, HEDIS. You guys can be HEDIS auditors. All you're doing is looking for a patient's blood pressure, and then you're going to code the systolic and the dystolic, and those are just category 2 codes in the back of the book that usually end in like a T or something, but they tell you what the codes are, which is great. So you just got to go audit the chart and look for their blood pressure. But you guys can do HEDIS jobs too when you're looking for jobs and you just got certified. It doesn't matter if you have any experience, you can get into the medical field really easily looking for HEDIS jobs too. So don't forget about that. I just started my coding program and I'm glad I stopped to see coding in depth. Yes, Cass, awesome. I teach from your certification exam point of view. Not from like a medical coding course point of view, but there's one final exam you have to take that gets you certified as a coder. And I teach from that exam's point of view because usually the courses don't help you out too much about passing those. Is 50 too late to change careers in coding? No, not at all. I'm 50 and I've taught many people in their 50s to switch over to medical coding. Absolutely not. Our brains are well-oiled machines by this age. I'll be 53 in a couple of days, in fact, so don't worry about that at all. You're taking your CCS soon. You're very nervous and determined. Awesome. That's a little bit tougher exam than our AAPC CPC, I believe. A little bit tougher. Y'all got some billing information that y'all need to know a little bit about. The extra book, the PCS book. But I do have some YouTube videos that explain that. And I do have free practice exam room in my Discord for the CCS people that has tons of practice exam questions in it for free if you want to join our Discord group. I just don't want to be not in the younger age going for it. No, you'll be fine. In fact, do self-study. Don't do a course. Don't spend any money at it. Just start out with getting you an AMA CPT book, the 2024 version. Look on Google and find a bookstore that will send it to you the cheapest with free shipping. And then you can go to my website at medicalcodingbyjen.com. Log in and go to the resources page. Underneath there's a page called CPT Book Prep, and there's 8 photographs there, and it shows you picture by picture what to do in your CPT book to prep it for the certification exam. To become a medical coder, there's no prerequisites that you need. There's no course that you're required to take. You just need to pass this one exam. You pass the exam, then you are a medical coder. It's my way of, I think it's the most efficient and fastest way to get into this field, because even if you do take a course, you're not going to be happy with it, and it is not going to teach you how to pass your certification exam. And what you learn in the course is not going to help you with a job, because no one cares if you took a course. 2, we don't bill that way or code that way at all in the regular doctor's offices. You have to be trained once you get on the job to code the way that particular office codes, because everybody does it different, because we have nothing universal. And don't worry about all that. They'll teach you. You just have to pass the certification exam. And I teach you how to prep your book so that you've got it ready. Since the exam is an open book exam, I'll help you get it ready for your certification exam. You get out and you hustle for that job if you want one with no experience. That's how you get a job. You would go to every health fair in your local community, every open house, every urgent care that opens up, every new radiology department that opens up, every time the Chamber of Commerce notes that there's an open house for any kind of medical facility in your town, you will show up with your resume and you will say hello to everybody, pass out your resume and say that you are a local coder in town, and if they ever have any coding issues that they need help with, you're available. And then walk away. every health fair, childhood screenings, seatbelt thing that they have show up, just like the dentist office do. And if the dentist office people are there, passing out new toothbrushes to kids, you can also stop by their booth and let them know that you are a medical coder in town, and that if they have any coding issues, you're there to help. Stop by every home health agency in town, do the same thing. You will also, when you're applying for jobs like on Indeed or whatever, and you notice that you're applying for a Blue Cross Blue Shield job, and they say they are using such and such EHR system. Well, you're going to go to that EHR system, you're going to contact those people's sales team, let them know that you work for a particular medical coding company and that y'all are thinking about switching EHR systems, and you want to know if they have any training material that they want to pass on to your supervisors to review. They will get you ton of practice information. They may even give you a log on and let you play in their systems. Whatever the system is, Epic, whatever, it doesn't matter. Contact their sales team. Give them a line. That way, when you interview for a job for that said medical group and you've never used Epic before, you can actually interview and say, well, that you've trained in the Epic system, that you have been in contact with their sales team, you've done this, that, and the other thing, you've audited their system and you think it's a great system, and blah, blah, blah. You can wing your way through that job interview. You don't just want to sit back and not do anything if you're trying to get a job. Be very proactive. Look at those applications. Look what's on their list of people, job requirements. If they're using a data warehouse like MDX that's out of California, then you go to the Data MDX website, you contact their sales team, let them know that your medical group that you're pretending to work for is thinking about adding a data warehouse to their population, and you would like to know if there's any information that they want to pass on to your supervisor team or any training material. They would like to see any screenshots of their system that they would like to pass on, and they will bend over backwards and show you how to use their system. Promise. Anyway, so there's lots of stuff. Yes, Carrie. Work in denials is absolutely experience. They don't all want experience. I know if you want to be a HEDIS reconcile auditor, you can start that immediately come October. Anybody with a human body with fingers that can tap on a keyboard can get those jobs for CIS and HEDIS.
USB for this?
What?
You have the USB for this? Or did it not come with it?
I'm sure there's a USB somewhere in my computer in the back of it, baby. I'm teaching a class. But I don't know which one it is, and I have a mouse here on my desk that is USB too, so you're not going to grab it right now.
I'm just looking. I'm not going to pull it.
Okay. Sorry, my children are in here trying to yank my mouses. He's done stole it once. Now he wants all the pieces to it.
Well, my other one just stopped working, okay?
You can get into the field. There is AAPC even hires, AMA hires. Amazon just launched a brand new medical office program for like $6.99 a month. You can have unlimited office visits with any Amazon provider, and if they need to see you in person, they've tagged up with Walgreens or CVS, and you can walk into those facilities to see somebody in person. It's still covered under that $6 a month. They have a new pharmacy line that's $9 a month. I started using it, and they're shipping me my meds, and they're $300 cheaper than CVS is, and who I've been using for the last 20 years. They're amazing, but they all need medical coders. Don't forget about surgery, outpatient centers. They have high turnover a lot of times for brand new hires. Home health agencies hire brand new right out of the gate. All the RNs and LVNs, once they get out of college and they have no nursing experience at all, no one will hire them. Home health agencies will. That's where everybody gets their first nursing job. And you can get a medical coding job with one of those too. I have one in Vegas that needs a medical coder right now. So lots of places, lots of places. Thank you, Keys. Let's see if your C is correct. It was B. It's not times 3, and we would not add a radiology to this one. If you look at these codes, at the 100, 6, and 5, if you look at the MAMA code, ultrasound guidance is included in these codes. And I have notes that you can take and you can purchase and you can copy down page by page my notes. And if you'd had them, you would know that the 10005 includes ultrasound guidance, and you would not add anything from the 7000 section. So you can copy this page by page if you want it, but I also show you on my website how to do this all by yourself for free if you wanted to too. But that's under the resources tab in case you wanted it. Super helpful. What about this laboratory one? Anybody want to take a guess on this one? My notes tell you which codes you multiply. I go through the entire book and I put this little symbol beside every single one that you can times. And anything that does not have that symbol means you cannot. Another cheat code for it is the ones that have the plus symbol are the ones that you times. In general, there are a couple of other ones that you do times also that do not have this in them, but in general they usually have the word each in the descriptor. If they have the word each, then you can. Ones that say first lesion, first injection, first whatever, you cannot times these because it's only doing the number 1, the first one that you ever do. It's never doing a second one. So you cannot ever times anything like that. You are so welcome. Average salary? Oh, I don't know. I make 6 figures now. Do you recommend studying on your own? Absolutely. I do not recommend a program. I've only met one person out of 4 years of teaching this that was happy with their course and what they paid for it and what they got out of it. Everybody else that has purchased a course has not been happy. Most people, over 60%, never finish a course. They start it, but they never finish because time just gets in the way, and if it's self-study or self-paced, they never go back to it. And if you do it, there's a lot of sitting there and watching monotonous little videos, and it's really hard to put in practice and see how it all links together without doing anything with the data. If you're not billing or coding claims, you can't see it in that type of educational format. It's really hard, really, really hard, especially with family life, kids, and everything else going on around you. It's really rough. And plus, the courses are absolutely built not to help you pass your certification exam. That's totally separate from that. Don't assume you got to take a course to pass the exam. That is not the way it is. I have a TikTok video with the director of AAPC's educational department explicitly saying that they are 2 separate things and that the course is not designed to help you pass your certification exam. And that's the only thing you need to do is pass that certification exam. And you don't need any prerequisites. You can just purchase an attempt to take the exam and schedule it and go take it. You don't need to have any proof of even a high school diploma. So, can we still use an online study without my... Can I still do your online study without my 2024 book? Yes, you can use a 2023 book. You can probably use a 2022. Anything that you may have around the house you can practice with, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. If you purchased a course, you did not have to. Their website is set up very nefariously saying, here's your prerequisites. Well, there is none. You don't need it. You can just purchase the exam and go take it. You do not have to do that. That's why I started making my first TikTok. I felt like people were spending $3,000-$4,000 for these huge courses, but still could not pass the certification exam. And they didn't know why. They were suffering. And I'm like, you don't have to have that. All you need is your book, and you need to know a few things to go through the book and do to mark it up and prep it and get it ready for your certification exam. And then you need to practice exam questions, which I do for free with you guys 4 nights a week, and we do thousands of questions every year, and I show you how to handle them and tackle them in the time that's allotted. You're only given like 120 seconds per question to do. That's why it's so important to have your book prepped ahead of time with your one-word differences underneath each CPT code, so that you can, if this is answer A, B, C, or D, you can come through here and just look through the question for the word stress, non-stress, oxygen, or monitoring. Those are your one-word differences, and it is very, very, very inefficient to read the question and then look at the answers. I teach you never to read the question. They use a psychomedias to help write the questions on the exam to confuse you and put propaganda in those questions, so that if you don't read the questions, you won't see the propaganda. If you only look for those differences in the exam question without reading the exam question, you won't find the propaganda. If you're only looking for whether this is oxygen or monitoring, or it's a stress test, non or not, then you won't notice anything that is trying to make you pick the wrong code. So, super helpful way to do this. I do teach you a couple of guidelines along the way, like if you're in integumentary, you will never have the modifier 52, which is we stopped or DC'd services or never finished something. If we're cutting on somebody's skin and repairing it, we're not going to stop halfway through and not stitch them up. So if you find any answers that start out with the 1000 code section with the modifier 52 at the end of the answer, you can get rid of that as a possible answer, and that'll cut you down to maybe even a 50-50 shot at picking out the correct answer. Does anyone have a correct answer for this one? You do not need a course. How do I get started? From the beginning. Go to Google. Google search this book. Purchase the cheapest one you can find, even if it's used. Get it shipped to you, free shipping. And then, let's see. Let me see if I got it up here. We go to... Then I want you to go to my website. Let me get this to work. Let me get my camera off for a minute. And I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just showing you my website. Can we go that? Can we do that? Nope, that's not right. Woo! Okay. my website, trying to get this to show all of it, and I'm not sure why it's doing that. No, oh, there we go. There's my website. It's medicalcodingbyjen.com. Super easy. Go to the resources tab, go to the CPT book prep page, and for completely free, I got 8 pictures here. You're going to click on the picture and it'll tell you the instructions on what to do. Super easy. It's going to tell you what to do. For all the anatomy pictures, it's going to tell you what to do. And then once you finish your CPT book prep, you can purchase the ICD-10 book, and then I have how you prep it too here. So super helpful. Is just this one page. It'll tell you what to do. I do have notes that you can purchase page by page, and it'll, you can just copy the answers down if you want them. Those are in the shop, but I do these lives 4 nights a week, completely free, and I show you all kinds of stuff. Underneath the resources also is the FAQs page. If you go there and you scoochie down to my best list right there, this best list of free resources is super cool because it will show you free certification classes that you can take with like CMS. Let's see, where's that one? That's right here. You can take like ICD-10 courses and tons of other ones right here with that link, and you get free certification, like little certifications that you can put on your resume right here from CMS. It's unlimited test exam tips. It's like a 20-minute course. And then if you don't pass the exam, you can just retake it till you pass it. It's no big deal. But you do get a certification. My current employer makes me go there once a year for the fraud and abuse training, and we have to print out our little certificate and turn it into HR. So they are recognized by employers. Other things that I have here is my YouTube channel, free scholarships from AAPC, free grant from Pocket Prep, lots of other free resources, so be sure and go there. Underneath the book prep, I do have some videos here. I've got 3 videos that'll show you how to book prep your CPT book too, all for free. Other things I've got is the blog. If you're asking which employers are hiring, I've got tons of blogs on that. This one is E&M coding with practice exam questions that are free. I got glaucoma coding for free here. What's some of the other ones? The one with the list of jobs is, let's see, right here, the unlocking of the career for coding. That blog has a list of employers that are hiring right now. Super cool, but it's all free for you guys. There is my notes in the shop if you want to copy page by page my notes. The shared gallery is also free. These are my favorite pictures for all kinds of stuff. Just tons of really good photographs that I love, like how do I get an extra hour for the exam? How do I get rid of my apprenticeship? How do I what do you use to carry your books in? What ink pens do you use in the books? What are your favorite cardiology pictures? What are your favorite eye surgery ones? Yep. And there's my Appendix L notes picture right there. Love it. Just tons of free pictures that are super helpful for you guys. This is how you get an extra hour to take the exam so that you can do each question in 3 minutes instead of 120. So super cool. But that's all free for you too on my website. Under the social media tab, we'll show you how to get into our Discord group that has free practice exam questions too. We have CCS has their own room. CPMA has their own room. COC has their own room. Tons of practice exam rooms here. YouTube, Pinterest, Facebook, all that stuff is all there too. What else can I show you? And practice area is all free too. I have a bunch of practice exam questions. You just click on it and it'll tell you what the answer is. And then I have 3 flashcard exams here too that are completely free that you can do. And this is a PDF that you guys can download that has tons of heart stuff on it that you can print out at your desk if you want to or whatever. It's really cool. I started a new area that I'm working on that's not completely finished, but I do have a bonus membership area that's $5.99 a month if you ever wanted to start it. But inside there I have all E&M practice exam questions here, 1.5 million of them, and then I have a ton of PDFs that you can download that are bonus. If you do the $5.99 a month, there is tons of PDFs that you can download. Let's see if I could get, yeah, there they are, that are free for the members. There's also a room that's included that is done so far for integumentary. And Lord, it has a ton of practice exam questions too. 1 million of them, and of course it has a ton of PDFs that you can download that are super cool for it too. They are really cool PDFs. All the ones I used for my TEAS exams and other things that are awesome. Let's see, like I have oh yeah, the foreign bodies, excisions, anatomy and physiology charts that you could download. And those are really cool PDFs that you guys can download that are super helpful if you do become a member of the website. But you don't have to. You don't have to. There's plenty of stuff on there for free for you guys. Super helpful. But the first step, number 1, is to get you an AMA CPT book, and go over there to resources, go to the CPT book prep page, and do everything that's on all my pictures there on this page. And once you click on a picture, it'll give you the instructions, tell you what to do and why I'm doing it, and super cool, all for free. And then if you want to purchase my notes so you can just copy them into your book, they're all here. Those are the CPT ones. These are the ICD-10 ones. And then we even have like socks and clocks with our logo on them and stuff like that too. So it's kind of cool. I do have 3 study guides. If you're taking the CPMA exam, I do have a study guide for it. I have an E&M study guide, and then I have one study guide that does integumentary and musculoskeletal all together in one study guide. It's from the exam point of view, so it's mostly practice exam questions, how to handle them, and super helpful information about what prior exams may have looked like and how helpful knowing how to do these types of questions like the meniscus repairs is for the exam. Thanks, Scullery. I'm just not going to file taxes. Me neither. I gotta go file taxes. I still have not done that. I was going to do them, but then my mom fell and broke her hip, and I have been so busy with that. It's been crazy busy with those. I'll be adding to the member bonus area really soon. I've got those 2 sections going, but I'll be adding all 17 sections. So all, like musculoskeletal will have its own section with its PDFs you can download. The E&M section has all the E&M ones for the new downloadable E&M criteria for 2024 that's to download. We can look at that really quickly. Those audit sheets, everything that I've scoured from the internet that was really cool or good that I liked or is good for the exam. This is the new updated 2024 decision tree thing for all of E&M. Just lots of stuff. Super helpful. It's got a zip file that is a survival guide for all of E&M. So if you're doing E&M pediatric coding, you've got all of the survival guide stuff for just pediatric coding, which is really kind of cool. I like it. Worked out good. But of course the practice exam questions are great. You just click on one and it'll tell you what the answer is. Super cool. But that's what's going on with the website. Where is my pocket prep? Yeah, we got to get back to this. Did anybody come up with an answer for that one? Let me get that camera back on. And let me get this cropped back again, because that's annoying having all that extra stuff up there that is not needed. That's probably too much. Wrong one. There we go. Did anybody guess an answer for this one? First thing I would do is look at these modifiers. The 32 and the 25. Are those coding irregularities, or are they something that we would utilize in that 8,000 area? 32 modifier is a mandated service, and the 25 modifier is a significant separate identifiable E&M visit. That's probably a coding irregularity right there. So then we've got ourselves down to just a 75% chance answer on this one. I would look up my differences between the 75, 76, and 77 codes and only search the answers, the question, for those differences in those answers. This one. Let's see what we got. We got 803. They're all going to be out of sequence, and if you have not gone through your entire book and wrote at least the page number down where they're at, This will drive you insane because no one knows where this dang drug testing subsection is, and it's not listed in the book or in the index to tell you what page number it's on. You just got to find it. So anyway, if you have not done this, you need to put the page number down for every code that is read throughout your book, and it will drive you insane for sure. Or you can just purchase my notes and I've got the answers down for you. But be sure and fix that before you do anything else, because not having that done is detrimental to the exam. You have to be able to find the codes, and you won't be able to find them unless you can find what they're referencing when the codes are misplaced in opposite ends of the book. All right, 0375. We're going to be over here. So we've got our 75 here, our 76, and our 77 here. And it's just separated by number of tests. So how many tests did we do? And this does not have a header noting that it's definitive drug screen, so that's why I have it in my notes so that you can find it and do it. Super helpful. Why do I have an alarm on my thing? Sorry, I'm replying to my son real quick on the messages. It's y'all put in chat what you think the answer is. B, somebody says B. How many tests did we do? Requesting for illegal drug use of 7 drugs. So which code has 7 beside it? I recommend getting 2 certifications if you want to correct. Good job, guys. If you want to be stand above everybody else in the employment line, get your CPC, but back it up with a CRC, a CCS, a CPMA. Get 2 certificates, and that will make you have more income, number one. AAPC says an average of at least $10,000 more a year at the very minimum, but it's always better to have 2 certificates, I think. And if you do 2, I like CRC or CPMA are just my favorites. I know the CRC is something that employers are always looking for, because the big thing now is doing risk assessments of your populations, and that's what CRC does. It's only the ICD-10 book also, so you'll only have one book instead of CPTs and HIPPICs, so that's nice. So all it is assigning additional numbers to the ICD-10 codes that give so if your patients have diabetes, they get like a 0.6, and if they have an amputated leg, then they get another 0.2, and you add all those little 0 points up, and that's how much more extra money that the health group gets to take care of their sickest patients. So if they have a huge demand or a lot of population that are all getting lung transplants, they get more money for those because they have more expenses to pay for. So anyway, that's what risk adjustment is. Not too bad. It's only just the ICD-10 book. So getting that certificate comes with no apprenticeship also, so that's even a better bonus. So does the CPMA. That's what I do, is medical auditing. I like it. Look at the differences between these first musculoskeletal codes. We've got 3 of them that are 2193s, and only one of them is 2192. They're all super close together. I would look at my differences between those codes and just check my question for those differences. You can also do the ICD-10, since they're all different. They are every single one is different. You can go to the D codes or the R code and see which one is a subcutaneous encapsulated lipoma diagnosis. You know it's probably not that R, so you can get rid of probably A. It's probably one of these, but you can do either the diagnosis or the CPT codes differences. You really like the ICD-10? Awesome. Then CRC is right up your alley, and it does not come with any apprenticeship, so you're fully certified when you do pass that exam. I do have a study guide for the CPMA. I do have notes for CRC, which are my ICD-10 notes. Those are fabulous for ICD-10. And they're quite a bit cheaper because they don't take as much work to do as the CPT book notes do. These suckers took me forever to do this year. This musculoskeletal, woo! They took me like 2 months to do. All right, 219, but they are good. 219, 3132, 35. What's our differences? It's just whether we were sub-Q, muscle, or bone. So the trick here is just to look through the question to see if you see anything with bone in it first. We don't want to look for subcutaneous tissue because you have to go through subcutaneous to get to fat, to get to muscle, to get to bone. So subcutaneous tissue is going to be there no matter what. What we need to know is, did we go all the way down to bone? And that will help eliminate or pick answer B. Do we see any words in here that mean a bone was hit? Words that you might want to look to see if it is muscle are on our muscle page right here. So it would be anything that says minor, major, dorsal, anterior, exterior, trace, minor, any of these kind of words, that would mean we went into the muscle. So that's how you do this question, is look for any words that might mean bone or words that might mean muscle. And if you don't see any one of those, then you know you did only subcutaneous, and that means that probably the 31 is your answer, right? Because 32 is muscle and 35 is bone. And just because they say subcutaneous up here, don't take their word for it up here. Sometimes it's wrong just because they're wanting to be tricky, especially for your COC exam or CPMA. Be sure you check what's in the note for anything that might mean bone or muscle was hit. But this one's probably correct. B means that we hit bone. Did we hit bone? It says we did subcutaneous. And it says our procedure was subcutaneous. If it was B, we hit bone. C is subcutaneous. D is muscle. B is bone. Y'all see bone there? Yes, it is C, because we were just subcutaneous. We stayed in the subcutaneous area. Perfect. Good job. All right, don't read that question. If you're reading the question, you're doing it wrong. Go straight to these answers. Are we a 613 or a 614? Let's go see what our differences are between our codes. Don't read the questions at all. Try to avoid them. 613. Ooh, these notes took forever. I just posted my nervous system notes. This year, the big thing is if a code has a blue star in front of the CPT code, then you can add the microscope code to it, the 6990. And I have them all labeled for you this year, so that's really cool. All right, 614, 613, 22 is our first one right here. This is all about hypertension. If we're a 61322, we would see IPC. We would see intracranial pressure. We would be talking about a hypotensive patient. I don't see anything that says hypotension in there in the note. I'm not finding any words that say that, and I'm just skimming. So we can probably eliminate that one. If we go to our 43 and 45, those are down here. We're back of the skull, and we've got a herniation of the brain if it's 45. We go to our 514, 58. We've got relief pressure. We're doing the lower back portion of the brain. 41345. The brain was forced down, kind of like a stroke. 43 is optical. You guys like C? C is it. Perfect. Good job. More integumentary. Are we 101s or are we 110? What's our header differences between those codes? Change your view to landscape or press the middle of your screen to pop out. We'll ask you. I can change my screen to landscape if it will make a difference and help you guys out. Jan said she took a certificate on Allison and passed the course for medical coding and billing. That's cool, but you have to have certification through AAPC or AHIMA for any employer to buy you and purchase your employment. So just because you complete a course from any school doesn't mean much from any employer stance. You have to be certified through AAPC or AHIMA, AHIMA. And those two places have their own exam for you to take. There is no prerequisites that you're required to take for it. You just need to purchase the exam attempt and take it. Jen, it depends. If you're going to take an AAPC exam, you can use the 2023 if you've already got it. If you have not purchased any CPT book yet, then go on and get the 2024. We got some A's and C's. You can cast your phone to your smart TV too and make your screen, of course, a lot bigger too. C's and A's. What's our differences between the 101s? 101s. Those are the fine needle aspirations, are they? No. We're past that. Okay, 401, okay, 40, those are the punctures. So 80 is post-op. Is this a post-op visit? They've already had something done. Now we're doing post-op. 60 is a poke, puncture. 40 is a hematoma or clear fluid from like a little cyst or boil or something on top of the skin. This is a post-wound infection, huh? So maybe it is the post-op one. A? Who said A? Yes did and go-kart? Good job, guys. Perfect. Good job. 616 or 615. Which one are you? There's two answers with 616 and two answers with 615. First, go see if there's different headers for those. 61590 is infra, and then 616 01 is intra, and 06 is intra too. Are you infra, INFRA, or are you intra, INT? We've got intra, and infra, both listed in this one. Some are T's, some are F's. A? It is D, guys. D. 61606. Let's go look at that code real quick. See what they said. If you look at your mama code, you would have had to have looked at 05. 05. We've got our resection. We also have our intra. Do they have this one right? Intratemporal. Sometimes they have these right. See how mama is infra right here on this lesion. She's infra with an intradular. Yep, in the dular. Yep. So 61605 is also infra and intra. So was the 61590, except for the 90 is all infra with no intra. It had no T in it. There was no T in that 61590, so it could not have been B or C. The 61601 is extra and intra. The only one that was infra and intra was definitely the 61606. Yep. Yeah. That's why book prep is so important. I don't have the codes prepped in this book correctly, but I bet I got them in this one done correctly. That way you've got it all set up and ready for you. 616. Oh, it's over here. 616. I even draw you little pictures to show you where the fractures are and stuff, so it helps you out. Yep. Super helpful to have the notes done. All right. We've got a, looks like it's a, is that another one of the INDs on 161? And then, or are we on 1100? That's an IND of an abscessed sister boil. 1100 is under the header of debridement. Are we doing an IND or a debridement? Clear your headers before your descriptors. What does our chart up here say? It says debridement, so you know you're not here. You know you're probably one of these. What would it be? Because you're going to be down here under the debridement. Yeah, this is just, the top part is just, you don't need to see it. You're good. And then it works really well if you have your own book and you're out looking around and searching just like I am. Yes, SC. What's our 564? Why would they have that number there? We do have a guideline that if there is an IND in a section that meets the criteria better, meaning it tells exactly the correct body part, like an ear or something like that, then we should use the one in the back of the book and not the one in the integumentary. So let's check our 56405. That's an IND of the vulva or perineal abscess. Where is our abscess? External genitalia. What is external genitalia? Is that here? So now what do you think the answer is? Now that you know that guideline about the integumentary INDs, what do you think the answer is? There you go. I think they have this one wrong. Describes an eye of the vulva and peritoneal and is not described in this case. What did they say it was at? It says it is debridement of neurotic pus removed, the infected area of the vulva which burst. Yeah, they have this one wrong. I need to write them an email and get this one corrected. Yeah. Wait. Of the vulva or abscess. Yeah, this one's wrong. Let me email them real quick. Get this question. Copied. Copy. Sometimes they have a few of these wrong, and that's okay, Miss Pocket Prep. We will work it out. Sorry, just signing in, and then we'll do email and message. Miss Emily again, I've already got messages here to her. She's working on 2 more to correct, and they are going to have those fixed by April 1st. And then I need the answer right here. I'm going to put that there and copy. Oops. Where was that? I was just typing somewhere and I hit something. The answer is 56405. 56405. Yes. They will work with us tomorrow. All right. Alrighty. We got them that one. Let's get them another one. Let's do that one. Yes, you can send them messages, absolutely. So if you guys find incorrect questions, or if you have questions, just go to this page right here, and up at the top corner, there is a help button. You can't see it, but it's right up here at the very, very top. Sorry, it's going to be right up here at the very, very top of this page. And you just click the help button and they'll let you email them. But yeah, I've got plenty of messages here. They worked on this one and they're going to have that fixed. And let's see, what's another one? This one right here. This was one of the musculoskeletal ones that we asked them to fix, and they did, and they have it corrected here. And then we asked them to fix this one, and they fixed that one. It was one of those meniscus tears that was incorrect, and she did get it fixed. And yep. They thank you for reaching out and all that kind of stuff, but yeah. So it's on their little main page, the dashboard, where it says help. And don't forget that on my website at medicalcodingbyjen.com, if by chance you're here, sorry guys, let me move this over. On my website, on the main home front page, you see that little pink little symbol right there? If you do purchase Pocket Prep questions, which are only $14 a month for 750 practice exam questions, be sure to click the link on my website, because they will pay us $5 for anybody that does sign up for their website, which is really great, because I turn that money into YouTube memberships for people. So you just click the link and it'll take you right to Pocket Prep, and then you just hit medical, and then just click on the top one that says AAPC, and they give you 750 practice exam questions. Really great. And if you do the 3 months for $37, they have a pass guarantee right here, that if you don't pass your certification exam, they'll give you 3 more months for free. So really cool. And I go through their questions meticulously, as you can see, and make sure that they're all 100% correct for you guys. And I still have 240 to go through that I have not audited yet. So they just recently populated with a bunch more questions, so I'm still going through those. But I like using you guys to go through them and help me out. Yes. Very cool. I've been promoting them for over 2 years now and sending them corrections for that long, but they did see one of my lives or something and noticed that I've been promoting them, and then they gave me a referral link. So I'm kind of a paid partner. I don't think I've gotten any money from them yet, but I will eventually, as I know a couple of people have signed up on our little link. But it's exciting. Very cool. And I would not promote them if I did not like their questions. And I am a human. I make errors all the time. The few errors, like you've seen 3 errors, that's no big deal. If there's people that are publishing Amazon books that have huge amount of errors in them that I do not recommend you get, and I let you know, 5% or less error rate is great. I know I even do questions and do wrong. I'm not 100% correct. Even your CPT book right here that we pay AMA to write every year, it's full of errors too. 1 to 2%, it has some errors in it too. So every publication has errors. So I'm not worried about their few little bit of errors. If it was a lot, I would be stressing and wouldn't send y'all to spend any money there. But they're great. They're good questions. Look at your modifiers. You have 3 answers with the 78 modifier. If you're not supposed to use that 78 modifier, which is for complications, then you know your answer's B. So that's kind of cool. If it is going to be something that you are going to have that 78 modifier, then you know at least you can get rid of B, and then you've got a 75% chance to answer it. But I like it when they have modifiers because it's usually pretty easy to figure out what the answer is when they do it. I can help with medical coding certification, training exam, prep for any certification exam, no matter whether it's AHIMA or AAPC. So any kind of certification. We're working out of the 2023 or 2024 CPT book right now. I teach from the certification exam point of view, not from a medical coder course point of view. What do you guys think the answer is for this one? Did we need that 78 modifier? Y'all think it's 20? They had 2 days ago, same physician, they go back, fix the link. It was C. No one got that one right. Let's go look. 434. 434. Let's look. 434. 434. See what our differences are. 434. 434 and the 433s. So the 433s, 20, is under esophageal gastrotomy. Do you see a gast in this? Look at your CPT code descriptor for the 433. It has the word gas in the middle of it. Our question does not have the word gas in the middle here. There's no gas there. So you definitely wouldn't be there. So that 20 is incorrect. 433, 40 and 41. 40 over here has duodenum in it, and the 41, both of them do. Do we have the duodenum in the middle of the E and the otomy? We don't. So you know it can't be 40 or 41. The only one that it could be is the leftover one that we haven't looked up yet. Don't do that in the exam. If you've already eliminated 3 answers, you know it's the next answer, just pick it and move on. You don't have time to verify it's correct. But since we're here, 41415, look at the way it's spelt. It's simply got the E with the otomy. It does have a pha in the middle of it, P-H-A. And that's it. All you had to do was match the spelling. Right there. Answers B and D had duodenum in the middle, and 20, which was A, had gas in the middle. That's why C is the answer. What you knowing about, Miss Go-Kart? Ooh, Lab and Path. I love these codes. These are my favorite codes. I looked at the word near the bottom. These are my favorite codes. I love them. If you're an 04, you've done like a gallbladder removal. If you've done an 07, you've done a brain. If you've done 09, you've got cancer. So those are things that we look for. We've got the plaque. Is that the 05? Is the plaque? And then this is just crappy skin stuff. What do you guys think the answer is for this one? These you can't do the process of elimination on. You have to find what did they remove from the body that they want you to look at under the microscope, and just do a word search through all those code numbers and find the best matching words for what they removed. Thank you, Go-Kart. Thank you, E.T. and Nisha, for all the gifts. You guys are lovely, wonderful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. What do you guys think the answer is? Anybody want to take a guess? '88. These are my favorite lab and path codes. I like these codes. Besides the drug screens, those are cool too. Alright, our plaque, our artery plaque is right there, the very top. So it's an 04. 04 is our plaque. Which one of these specimens is bigger than the other one? That's the one that we code first, because the bigger the mess that we're having to deal with means it took the longest. So the plaque was a 1.5 centimeters versus an 8.5 centimeters, whatever the crap this is. So we know, based off this, that our 04 is going to be our second code we're going to code, because it's smaller than the other 8.5. So which answer has 04 as number 2? Which answer has 04 as number 2? Because that's where our plaque is. It's listed right there. Artery plaque. There you go. That's how you find out what your answer is. And they have this one wrong. I gotta write them again. Oh my gosh. So we got 4 and 5. We're gonna have to put that. There's no requirement. I won't make y'all sit here while I rewrite this and send this to them. I'll do that when y'all get off. What about the 432s? Are we doing hernias with these? 432 or 433? 432. 432. 432. 432, 80, and 81. We've got no mesh for 80, 1, and we've got fundo. We're just wrapping the upper part of the stomach around the lower part is what we're doing for our 80. What did we do for this one? Laparoscopic. Are we under laparoscopic header? Yep, we are under laparoscopic. That's good. What did we do? We did para. Travis! Turn it down! Esopharyngeal. Sorry, I was answering my kid. Gastroplasty, esopharyngeal. This one is esopharyngeal, matches. This one is para-esopharyngeal. This one's just esopharyngeal. This one's para-esopharyngeal. Which one would it be? Did we do 3 CPT codes or just 2 CPT codes? Would we use the 51 modifier in this area? Those are super helpful. Multiple procedure code. '82 is with implantation of the mesh with it. We do have the mesh, so you know it can't be 81 because it has no mesh with it at all. The 82 does. Would you code the code with no mesh and then code another code with mesh? C looks like a coding irregularity to me. We do have an add-on code for the 83, which is just lengthening of the gastroplasty. And you see how it says and gastroplasty. So this looks good with the 83 because it's got the add-on code with it. Yeah, perfect. Good job. Perfect, perfect. Yes, yes. Left breast cancer. Awesome. Are we a 19301 or a 1920? Probably the 20. That's always, that or the 25 are always the breast codes. Let's go with 19120. Eventually these codes, you get to memorizing them when you do them so often. So 20 is the removal of breast tissue. Our 301, what is that? That's like a breast implant, isn't it? No, that's the mastectomies. So, did we remove a cyst or an excision of something? Or did we remove the whole breast? The mastectomies is what our differences are between A and B and then C and D. So what did we do? Do we just remove a lump and do a biopsy? Or did we do a whole mastectomy, where we excised a biopsy on the axil node? We removed some lymph nodes, it looks like, too. I don't recommend any coding courses or classes. I just recommend getting a AHIMA CPT book and prepping it for a certification exam, like what we're doing right here. The exam is open book, so you do get to use your book. Practice doing exam questions from the exam point of view. You only need to pass one exam to become a medical coder, and I teach you how to do that. They do have the same exact answer. Another error. Oh my gosh. Miss Pocket Prep, I'm going to have to talk to y'all. What y'all got going on with this one? Wonder which one they'll say is correct and which one is wrong. They're saying we did a whole mastectomy with this one. Oh Lord. A lumpectomy and a node biopsy. Okay, there's too much wrong here. I'm going to have to write them about this one. All right. So we got 3, 4, 5 so far out of 750. Not too bad still. It just seems like I'm running into all of them tonight for some reason. All right, 3 2 6s. We've got 2 of them that are the 08 and 2 of them that are the 01s. One code has the LT modifier on it. What are we dealing with? We're doing biopsies on a lung. Would a biopsy on a lung require an LT or an RT? That might tell you exactly what the answer is without you having to look up anything on the CPT book at all. See? It's the only one with the LT. Super helpful to not freak out or be hyper focused on the CPT codes or even the diagnosis codes. If there is one answer that looks different from all the rest, maybe it has a modifier, check your item and see if it is something that needs a modifier, like fingers, toes, lungs, eyeballs. They all need modifiers. Super fast way to pick out your answer. Lab and Path 1. Are we in the 8/8s or are we in the 8/6/1s or the 8/6/3s or the 8/6/2s? These are all over the place in the book. None of them are going to be all grouped together. Did we do 2 tests or did we do 1 test? That might be helpful too. We have a blood specimen that is being tested. Look for tumor cells. Is that 1 CPT code or 2? They got a whole lot of words up in here. but it looks like they're describing something fairly simple. I really recommend you self-study for medical coding and not take a course. If you want the fastest, most efficient way to get into this medical coding career. The course you just took didn't teach you anything, and it was very expensive, I'm sure, right? I hope my YouTube videos, my lives, I hope you learn something every single time you come. One majorly important thing when you're taking the coding exam is clear your headers first. Everything is separated by body parts, no matter what chapter you're in. Everything that's coded on this page and this page is all breast, right? If I keep going, I'm going to eventually run into other body parts, which is super helpful, especially the digestive system is super helpful. Am I doing knees? Am I doing the back? Am I doing the spine? What body part am I under? Look for your red headers first. And only those codes under that particular red header are only dealing with the forearm and wrist. And if that's what you're working on, then you know you're not doing something somewhere over here with the femur and the thigh. Even the digestive system is separated up like that. Am I working in the liver? Am I working in the rectum? They're all separated by body parts. All these codes are all dealing with the colon and the rectum. There's combo codes. The ones before it are just colon. The ones before that are just rectum. Am I doing an EGD or am I doing an ERCP? All the codes are separated by those. Super helpful. Am I just doing the bladder? Am I just doing a urethra procedure? They're all separated up by body parts. Super helpful. And clear those before you do anything else. Everything right here is dealing with nothing but the eyeball. Then we'll move on to a different part of the eyeball. Am I dealing with the anterior chamber? Am I dealing with an anterior segment, which is different from a chamber? Those are all super helpful. Am I dealing with the shunt? Am I dealing with the lens? Clearing those is super helpful during the exam. Now you have to start all over with me. Well, I got you. First thing you do is get you a CPT book, and we're going to mark up our differences, especially in the codes that are all noted the same. Like here we've got a code that's gingivectomy. It's the only gingivectomy on this page. You don't really need any notes for that because it's the only one that's that. But this is an excision, this is an excision, this is an excision, that's an excision. There's 4 excisions in a row right here. So writing the differences down between those 4 codes is super helpful because you don't want to get here and then have to figure out what the difference is during your exam. One of them is an excision of tissue. The other one is an excision of bone. The other one is a tumor. And where's the last one? I thought I saw 4. This one down here. An extra muscle. So did I do a bone? Did I do a muscle? Did I do tissue? Super helpful to have those one-word differences down when your CPT codes are on the same page and they start off with the same words. You've got several tonsillectomies and you've got several adenoidectomies. But what's the difference between them? Because there's a bunch of them. Going through the book and marking those differences is super helpful. If you only have one resection on this page, you can leave it alone because it's the only resection. But we have 2 excisions on this page also. One of them is excision of polyps, and the other one is an excision because there is a restricted airway. Figuring out whatever those differences are, like age differences in the adenoids ones, is super helpful. Get that written out. We've got a drainage, and a drainage. 3 drainage procedures on this one page. One of them's extra, one of them's retro, and one of them's under. So one of them's below the diaphragm, one of them's behind the diaphragm, and the other one is around the diaphragm. So knowing those differences, super helpful. Figure it out beforehand. That way during your exam you can go really quickly and just look through the question for those one-word differences. Yes, you can write in your books for your exam. Unless you are taking your exam outside the United States, like in Dubai, Indonesia, they do not allow you to take your exam with your own books. They give you blank books to take your exam at a testing center because they've had cheating going on apparently in those countries. So if you're taking your exam within the United States, either remotely from at home or at a testing center, these are your books. You spend lots of money for them. You can absolutely write whatever you want in your books. I've won awards with my notes and prizes from AAPC, in fact, for my notes. They are loved and yeah, absolutely, write all you want. Anybody know what the answer is to this question that we have up? Has anybody looked up these codes yet? 861, where are we at? 861, 861, 52. Cell enumeration for circulating cells in the blood. 86152 looks like it checks off a lot of stuff on the list. Our 53 is our physician's interpretation that goes along with it. If you go to my website, medicalcodingbyjen.com, right here, I've got a free area underneath the resources tab. Oops, you can't hardly see it. Hold on. Pull that down. Just look at the resources tab. Go to CPT book prep. I've got 8 pictures there. Just click on the picture. It'll tell you what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and how to make notes in your book with my instructions there. I also have it for the anatomy part of the exam and for the ICD-10 part of the book. What can I do for you, Travis?
Okay.
Love you. I know, baby. The cats are cute. Yes, yes, yes. So it's all free for you guys. There's tons of free resources on my website. Come around, click on all these tabs. There is book prep videos here. Also, there is FAQs, which is super helpful because right here I've got all the free resources on all tons of websites, grants, scholarships, how to get into our free Discord group, which has tons of practice exam questions, where to find free monthly exam questions, all that right here under FAQs, super helpful. The shared gallery is a bunch of photos that are my favorite that is free for you guys too. And the practice area is practice questions that I wrote for you guys. You can just click on an answer and see if you got it right. Super helpful. And then there is free flashcard quizzes too. 3 of them down here. And then there's some free PDFs you can download too here on that page too. So tons of free resources, extra educators, other people that do tutoring, that kind of stuff are underneath the additional educators. What can I help you with, Travis?
I'm trying to get signal.
You don't need signal. All my social media links are there too. The blog has tons of free information on how to code certain things, how to get jobs, lots of blogs there. And if you do purchase anything on my website, I do have a loyalty program where you get money off your next purchase. And then also I have an automatic coupon that'll hit your cart as you add things to your cart. It automatically populates for you, and you can stack those with the loyalty program and double your coupons. Anyway, it's kind of cool. And don't forget, if you do purchase the Pocket Prep and you want those 750 Pocket Prep questions, be sure and click on that link that I have on the front of my website, and we will get a little money for back to us in our group here, and for your purchase of those Pocket Prep questions, and I will give those away as free YouTube memberships tomorrow night. Actually, we'll be on YouTube. We'll do practice exam questions more in a more formal setting. There'll be more we won't be correcting incorrect questions, but I'll have some prep for you guys, and we'll do them. I think I still have some left over from yesterday that we can work on. We were working on chemotherapy ones, weren't we? The last time we were working on them yesterday. Right here. This is what we were working on yesterday, right before on our YouTube live. We're doing some chemotherapy drugs, and I think I got some more prepped after this that we could start on. And I got to get a few more because I don't think I have enough for a whole 2 hours. But we'll do 2 hours of practice exam questions on YouTube tomorrow, starting hopefully a little early, 6 o'clock, 6:30, somewhere around there. Arizona time zone. I don't have, we don't fall back or go forward. But I don't think I got anything going on tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday? Okay. Friday I do. We have stuff going on Friday. I've got to go back to the orthopedic doctor for my mom who fractured her hip. She got a hip replacement. And we got to go follow up with them in Lake Havasu on Friday. Monday, Travis has an appointment in Vegas, and I've already missed the appointment earlier this month, so I can't miss that one. So we will not be able to go live on TikTok on Monday. But we will be live Tuesday next week on YouTube. So I try to go live 4 nights a week. It's just juggling my mom, my 3 sons, and a full-time job gets challenging. Plus, trying to teach you guys for free every evening after work is fun. I love it, but it does get challenging. And I do my best to hang out with you guys and teach for free, which I love doing. And I can't believe my kids turned off all the lights in here. So there we go. Woo! Now we got light. So I hope this is super helpful for you guys. I'm going to get off here and go check on my mom. Make sure she doesn't need anything. But be sure and check out my website. There's tons of free help there. The Discord is where it's at. I can't answer everybody's emails or messages on TikTok or on Instagram, or Twinkle and I try, but we can't get to everything. So if you need help and you have individual questions, Discord is where to go. Go to that. Join our free Discord group. You can post questions in there. There's always somebody online that can help out. I got tons of people in there that are always in there. Go-Kart, Twinkle, other people that have been with me for a long time that know what most of the answers are. Plus, you can search questions inside Discord. I'm sure somebody else has already asked your question, and you can do a search in it and then find all the conversations with that particular question being asked, and go reap the benefits of seeing 3 years worth of gathered information all in one location. There's practice exam questions there too. Just tons of free help for you guys. Thanks, Go-Kart. Thanks, guys. I hope this has been super helpful for you guys, the last little 16 that are on here with TikTok tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow on YouTube. I hope this was helpful. Let me know what kind of questions you would like to see. Send me a message. I'll see it. I may not reply, but I'll see it. And then I'll try to work in those questions for you guys tomorrow. I think I've got like 20 done, but I need to put another 20 in there. So let me know. I'll try to get those put in there. I hope this was helpful. I love you guys. I'm proud of you guys. If you have an exam coming up soon, I wish you the best, best, best. HIPXs. Level 1 or level 2? So I have HIPX notes that are completely done and ready for you just to print out all together that will actually explain everything. So level 1 codes are actually CPT codes. Level 2 codes are your HIPX codes, which are part of my notes on my website in the shop. If you want to print these out, it does all the HIPX notes for you all in one document. But that is the first thing it describes in my notes, is that difference. But I hope that's helpful. How long should I practice before taking the exam? When you're getting to where you're about 90-95% correct on all the questions that I'm presenting in my lives, or if you've purchased any questions from AAPC and you're at a 90-95% pass rate, then great, you're ready for the exam. You are so welcome. I hope you do this. Go get you a darn CPT book. Get it prepped. My website will show you exactly what to do and how to do it. Of course, you can get my notes and just copy them. Don't use whiteout like I did. I did it for photographic reasons. But my notes are super helpful. They get you ready for the exam. But you can create this too. You can do exactly what I did and turn this book into a win-win for yourself so that you're able to pass. But you just need to prep these books and you need to practice exam questions. So check out the YouTube page. please, and just start watching videos. You don't have a set spot to go, but there is a place in Discord that is super helpful. It says, "Where do I start?" If you go in that room and scroll all the way backwards to the very first post in that room, it's a full list of my very best "Where do you start" YouTube videos, all in one room, posted for you in order which to watch, and that's pretty cool too. So if you haven't done so, be sure to go to medicalcodingbyjen.com, a website, go to the social media tab, hit that funny little button that says join Discord now, and that'll toss you right into our Discord group. It's super helpful. Tons of free info in there. You're very welcome. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow night on YouTube. Good night.